Today, I'm talking about a tool called MySEO Auditor. It's an audit tool and a lead generation tool for SEO. It also gives you a full SEO report that you can customize, and you can also create SEO checklists. So let's go into the details of this tool. Hi, I'm Anil from marketingautomationfocus.com. Let's dive into it. So as you can see on the screen, if you're watching this video on any of the video platforms, especially on YouTube, or if you're listening to this episode on any podcast platforms, then you can go over to my YouTube channel and watch the video if you prefer to do so. So on the screen, if you're watching this video, you see their website is myseoauditor.com. And as it states very clearly on top, SEO audit and lead generation tool. It just so focused on those two things, and it does fairly well. And I'll show you and take you to the back end of this tool inside my own account. So as you can see that they have this widget on their website. It's embedded widget, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. But right now, I'm just looking at their homepage. You can look at their SEO audit report. They have some samples here. And then gives you some ideas as to how this tool can help grow your business. Okay, and then it talks about the widget that I just mentioned, and there are different kinds of widgets that they have, and it's fairly customizable in almost every possible way, practical way that you would want to customize your widgets. So it has that basic widget, slim widget, full screen widget. So those are the options, and I'll show you when I take you at the back end inside of my account. And then you can obviously collect data for your leads that come in using the widgets. And then you can personalize the messaging via some emails that the platform actually sends after a submission from your leads into your widget. Now, and it's designed for enhanced conversions across all devices. And then you can also embed Facebook or Google Ads Pixel as well. And I'll touch on that. You can do e-commerce audit reports. They have some samples here that you can preview right here. I'm not going to go into that. Otherwise, this session would be too long. You can landing page audit report. You can do audit reports for landing pages. You can customize your audit reports. And then, like I was mentioning before, that you can have or create checklists. And they have some samples here that you can see. You can do a custom checklist that you can generate. Let's move down. There's some social proof. And then just a few reasons why you would choose MySEO Auditor over others. Okay. There are several reasons. There are almost 9 of them that they listed. Then there's some webhook integration as well, custom JavaScript, and then there's some team features as well. Okay, now I'm going to just quickly go to pricing. Let's just go to pricing. And here you can see their pricing. They have 3 different plans: basic, pro, and agency. Basic is $39. Pro is $59. Agency is $99. And those are monthly plans. And if you go for annual pricing, then effectively you'll be getting 2 months free. And it comes out about $19 per month for basic, and for pro, $39 per month, and agency, $79 per month. And as I scroll down, you can see the features for each of the plans here. Okay, so I'm just gonna scroll down really fast. You can check these out. Uh, and they have advanced audit module, checklist module, and I'm going to go into a bit more detail describing their different feature and modules inside my SEO Auditor tool when I actually show you at the back end. So let's go at the back end. Okay, so I'm inside of my account of my SEO Auditor. And when you log in, you go to a dashboard, which looks like this. You get on the top your total workspace, your total number of widgets, and total number of leads, and total audits that you have done so far. So it's a really clean, simple dashboard. And it gives you a high level view of, like I said, workspace, widget, leads, and total number of audits that you have done. And then it lists recent workspace. So I've created one workspace right now, and then it also lists recent website audits. So, and recently I've done two of them. Uh, and on the left sidebar, if you hover over, I really like this because it takes minimal space. It's fairly obvious and intuitive icons here. But if you hover over, then the sidebar expands. It sort of flies out inside. One thing that's not that intuitive if you don't really happen to hover over your profile image, and even when you hover, it doesn't show you anything. You have to click. So I would suggest them to actually make it a little bit more intuitive, or have some kind of tool or tip that prompts a user to know that there is something there, if not exactly what is there. Typically, most apps have in their profile image some kind of menu, but I would make that at least uh, fly out without clicking, just like it's showing now after I clicked it. So then under that, you have account settings, API settings, company settings, and you can create custom domains, activity log, usage log, and then you can sign out. Now I'm going to go into activity log since I'm right here before I describe other features and modules. So this shows you this kind of activity log, which can be very useful. So at least, you know, okay, whatever actions that I have taken inside this app. Okay, so now I got to click again to get to the menu. So that's what I mentioned. I think they should make it just by hovering over. And then usage log. So usage log, it gives you that whatever plan you have, based on the plan, what kind of module access do you have. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and mention that they have lead generation module, advanced audit module, checklist module, team member access, and then business finder add-on. So that's kind of a module in a sense, but obviously team member access, they say it's a module, but yeah, okay, that's a feature in a sense. And since I had already done some website audits before, which was last month or whatever the cycle was, so right now my monthly credit, again, I've 200 monthly credit left. And when you run website audits, landing page audit, e-commerce audit, custom audit, all these, if you run manually, those are the ones that count towards your monthly credit. Okay. And checklist, Google search, Google business profile audit. I believe, at least I'm not sure about Google search, but checklist, if you generate checklist, then it's going to cost you a credit, I believe. I'm not sure about Google search, but Google business profile audit most likely will cost you that credit. Then for lead generation module, you have how many workspaces or domains. This plan gives you, the highest plan gives you, the one that I have has the 30, and I've used one workspace. It's almost like if you have a website, and you wanna use that domain for regular monitoring, and also use uh, your widgets embedded or installed on your website. So that's what this would be used for. And then for team members access, for my plan, I have a limit of 50. I haven't added anyone, so it says totally used, 0. So these are obviously not monthly; these are fixed for this plan. So now let's go back to our dashboard here. And okay, maybe let me explain the sidebar. So in the sidebar, we have dashboard, which you click on, and it will just take you to the dashboard. That's obvious. If you click on leads, then leads are based on your workspace for domain, wherever you're collecting leads from. So that makes sense. And then if you click on workspace, so leads, when you click on it, you go to workspace. Then there is audit, high level audit module that gives you several types of audit, or module for audits. So website audit, e-commerce audit, landing page audit, custom audit, you can customize the audit, and the Google business audit. So I believe every time you use it manually, for doing these audits, that costs a credit out of your whatever credit limit is for your plan. And then there is a checklist that you can generate, as mentioned before. And then there is this business finder where Google search, campaigns, email templates, and email settings. So you can run, set up campaigns, and you can customize emails for running a campaign for a specific business, for example. And then you can manage team. There's help center. Help center, when you click on it, it takes you to another tab, another website or page that is very simple, and it's laid out very nicely. And then for feature ideas, I believe feature ideas, it doesn't open in another tab. So I would suggest to the team that they should open this feature ideas not in the app. So that actually, if I click on it, it's going to open right here, which is not a good user experience, right? So this should really be sitting on another tab, just like feature ideas, the help center, and then contact us will actually open the bubble here on the bottom right corner. So that's pretty much high level number of features here. But let me take you back to the dashboard. Now, recent workspaces, or you could go to leads and then workspaces, right? And if you do that, then it just takes you to that workspace. So let me move myself here a little bit to the side. And one thing is that it's really neat and clean, okay, as you can see. And you can disable or enable with this switch, kind of like a toggle switch. And then you can customize reports for this specific workspace or domain. And then you can do email settings, install Pixel on this website. So that's a bare minimum. I'm not going to go into details since it's not really a tutorial, but this is more of like a review or overview. And then they have, if you click on these three dots, now it's got expanded submenu or menu items. One thing I would like them to, I would strongly suggest, as you can see, for this workspace or domain, you can't see any menu or button for widgets. So if I have no idea if I created a widget or I didn't create a widget, and one way to get to it is, interestingly enough, which is not intuitive, which is not obvious, is when you click on workspace statistics. It kind of, you can say that, well, if you're looking for website statistics, then you must have used a widget with Pixel installed, and that will give you stats on the widgets. But I would probably put a separate menu for widgets here, or even better, right here on this strip over here where these three other buttons are. I would just add for widgets. So now let's go quickly look at the workspace stats. So this one I had tried a few days ago, and right now the widget is turned or disabled or turned off right now. But now you see that you have create widget or view widgets, whatever widgets you have created so far. So create widget or view widget should be on the main workspace or domain view that I showed just previously. Okay, so now you can see it's fairly clean. It gives you views report. It gives, excuse me, you clicks and hovers, leads a report. Okay, so I probably tried and entered. I don't know if it actually captured. I think it did, or maybe I didn't try on this site by entering. It does have click and hovers and views, but leads, not sure why it's not listed. But you have pretty much all the data here in a high level dashboard for this workspace as stats, which is basically based on your widgets and how many views, clicks, and CTR, lead conversion rates and stuff. So it's pretty comprehensive, I would say. And so let's go back to now. Let's say go back to workspace, which is based on leads, which is not that obvious. But once you know this tool, then you know that this is how you would get to certain things. But most things are obvious and simple, except that the widget one. That after I created the first one, I was just looking, where is it, and I was having a hard time finding way back to the widgets area or a button which would give me an option to view the widget and or create a widget. But mostly I was interested in viewing the widget that I had created. Where did it go? Anyways, but as you can see, it's pretty comprehensive. Now for audits, so website audits, just let's click on that. I've done two of these, and then you could add, you can see here, let's just move here. You can say check website audit. So I don't know why it says check, but basically, if you want to do manually run a website audit, and this is what you would do. So let's click on that really quick, and then you would put down the company name, website URL. If you have a company name, I'm not sure if it's required, and you would put primary target keyword and contact name if you have. I'm not sure if it's required, but one thing I do remember that is required email address. Now, I would suggest that they should not require email address. The reason is because it's a manual audit that I'm running, and I may not want to send it to anyone, whether it's me. I could put down my email address, but even if I'm doing it for a client, I may not want to send it as yet, or whatever the other reasons may be. So the email address is required. I don't think the phone number is required, which is good, but email should not be required. So that would be my suggestion to make it slightly better. Let's just go back here. Okay, let's just go back here this way. Website audit. Okay, and the ones that I have created. So this is audit report. Okay, so it takes you to a different tab. It's a link that it generates to generate this report, and it's pretty comprehensive. Okay, and it gives you on-page SEO. Okay, and this meta keywords. Now, one of the things that I'm not sure if I'm a fan of calling something, I mean, past, of course, yeah, looks nice. Failed. I'm not sure if I would call it failed. And some of the, there's a specific case where I think it's not a matter of failure. It's more of enhancement or something that it, or needs optimization or need to optimize, even if medium effect or high effect. But it's very comprehensive um, audit that it runs, and then keyword consistency, and it has some criteria for passing or failure, right? Uh, Image alt attribute. Okay, if you don't have, then it's gonna, even if the effect is low, but you should have image alt attribute, so that's why it's failed. So that's fine, and there it's just huge. I'm just gonna scroll fast here. You can pause the video if you're watching the video. It does link analysis, right? So far looks most of the things, and it also, watch this, right? So this table is scrollable within this embedded report on this linked page that it generates. And I'm not sure if there is an option to actually password protect, and it might be a good feature to consider. So as you can see, if you scroll, it's not obvious when you hover over it, but when you happen to scroll, that's when it looks like, oh, there's some stuff, which is neat, but it might be good to have some kind of um, basically intuitive and kind of a prompt type of thing to let the user know to scroll inside the table there. Okay, so web performance, and I haven't done any optimization on this site that I just did the audit. It's just brand new site that I created recently. So this was the website tracking is the one that FB Pixel failed. I mean, I don't know if this should really be failed, right? Regardless of low effect or whatever, or high recommendation. But, you know, uh, many people may not want FB Pixel, or they don't need to put FB Pixel. So I wouldn't fail it. So that would be my website security. There's some recommendations. Let's just go to the end page, and then the end page will have a whole bunch of options, so you can customize all of this. I just had this in a specific way, and I just wanted to test this out. But it's fairly comprehensive, as you can see. So now let's get back to the website audit section here. And I'm just going to, so there are audit reports, and then there is a presentation report, which is almost like a slide. Maybe I should show this to you. Okay, so this is more of a slider type of thing and presentation format rather than a document format, right? So this looks like that is it like really high level, nice, and you can customize, you can disable certain areas, and I'll show you in a bit really quick. This video is getting a little bit longer than I anticipated, but let me show you a few things. So you get the idea. Basically, the document turned into sort of a presentation slide deck. And so the whole file is converted into a bunch of slides, and you can scroll to the right or left, and that's pretty much it. It's really nicely put together, or in terms of like formatting. And you could go back to, you could do the report navigation in terms of, which sections and areas. You can go to audit report, the report like a document format, back to it. So this is pretty neat. Let's go back to the audit report section. Okay, so we're back to the website audit. So I am going to show you just this menu here, this little bug there, it just sometimes it hides back. Let me see. Yeah, depending on the browser tab, view or size, it may, yeah, right now if I go out of the uh, full screen mode, then it will probably be fine. But I've noticed this before. So this is a little tiny thing that they could improve on. So it gives you, let me just mention, there is change the slug if you wanted, report, download PDF, uh, copy report link, copy presentation link, and iframe embed code for the report itself. Let me just see how I can show you. Okay, so I played around with the browser size from right side to the left and maybe going beyond it, and then it jumped over to this side. So it should really be showing because there's not enough space to the right, so it should really be showing to the left, just like right now. So there are menus and features like you can change slug, report settings, report statistics, manual assessment that you want to, if you want to do it, copy report link, copy presentation link. You can delete the report. You can embed the report with using iframe embed code. So all of that stuff is really nice set of features there. So I'm not going into the details of each one of them, and I'm not going to go into the other types of audit reports. I might have done e-commerce and maybe a landing page report, but I'm going to, in the interest of time here, I'm going to skip those, and let's also touch on the customization. Let me just, also there's, as you can see, if I hover over onto this audit, if I click on it, so it's not obvious that it's clickable. Okay, so I almost missed it. That, so let's go back here. Okay, website audit, right? And whatever manual audits I've done is listed. Okay, I can go to the audit report, I can go to the presentation report, and I can do all of this that I just mentioned, right? But maybe report setting is the one that takes you to the same place. So let's just go to this one. Right. So either you click on the website or domain name, but it's not obvious. I just happened to discover it. And then now you can actually create, and it's really nice that it kind of gives you this little uh, kind of mock-up or view, and you can also click on it to actually access the report. And you can see on the sidebar here of this report or audit report settings is that you have the settings for audit report itself, presentation report, what settings you want. You can change the colors, fonts. You can list all these things, uh, header color, header text color, header 2, header 1, header 3. All of these things you can actually customize or specify for. Then you move to presentation report, what things that you would want mostly, like for your branding, you can actually change colors and the type here, and who you generated for, um, and generated by. You can change this, all of this stuff. Report customization, again, there's lots of choices here. Report description. Okay, so you can customize what the text says, and you can enable or disable. So these are enabled by default, all of them. So if you don't want your uh, clients or potential clients to get overwhelmed by all of these, but you maybe only a few key things that you want to identify at a high level. So it's fully customizable in terms of enabling and disabling any and all items in the report, the types of items like favicon, right? Favicon custom 404 page not found. If you don't want to talk about that, you could disable it, right? You can, let me just see here. Well, myself is, let's go here. Okay, turned off, right? Turned off, on. Okay, so and then so this text here you can customize if you want. If you want slightly different wording, you can do all of that. You can create a template, and then you're done. Okay, and audit intro, if you want to change this stuff, you can change all of that as your opening in the report. Then the recommendation stuff, okay, and audit closure, okay, what do you want to say here, what type of, almost like you're at the end. And then for book appointment, what do you want to actually uh, use or say in terms of the CTA. Uh, Retargeting pixels, okay? So you can have your retargeting pixels here if you're embedding this report. So I haven't tried that, but it looks like so comprehensive. I think this is really awesome. Now, I think I touched on it, but didn't really complete what I was going to say. So it does the audit. It identifies things that need to be fixed, or the things that are okay or they're past, but it doesn't give you the details of, like, if you wanted to go to a specific uh, item, for example, H1 tag, H2 tag, or whatever. Like some of the other tools are just on audit, they don't give you much customizable audit reports. For example, they give you, some of them give you reports, but that may not be so customizable. It may be comprehensive report, but that's it, that's all you get. You don't, you can't customize, like with enabling, disabling certain elements or items of your report. But those tools actually help you identifying the problems easier. So this one is not for helping someone to identify beyond the high level. So yes, I if my H1 tag is missing or something, or alt attribute for an image is missing, but it doesn't tell me which image, right? Which image, where, on what page. As far as I know, I didn't really dig into it much, but it doesn't seem like it. But I will stand corrected if that's there. But it doesn't point to those things specifically. On a high level, it does. So that's one different. But other than that, I think it serves its purpose for doing the audit, generating a customizable report, and also uh, generating leads, collecting leads, and automatically sending them when people request an audit by putting in their domain name, then or website URL in those widgets, and they get an email, you get an email, and a report gets sent to them. Okay, whatever you customize your widget for. So I'm not going into too much details for the widget at this point. Let me just see. Um, Checklist. Let's just go quickly. I haven't generated a checklist here. You could create a checklist. Let's not go there because let me see. Yeah. So I'm not going to run here in the interest of time here, but the checklist is a simple thing that it just gives you a checklist of items as something similar to audit. Okay. Business Finder, I played around with the Google search, and you need a Google map or Google API key. So I've used that and it works. And another one is Twilio API. I have not used it, but that's for Twilio or SMS messaging feature. And there are email templates, campaigns. I can click on it, but I did a test here. Let's just see here. But this one is sorry, no data found. Okay. So I haven't set this up yet properly here. Okay. You can, leads are 0. Okay. Edit campaign. You can view leads. It's 404. Sorry, 404. I'm not sure if 404 is the right word, um, but that's a campaign for if you want to set up, that's related to your widget, and you can add campaign here related to your workspace. Email templates. Let's just, so I have not created email templates, but just to show you. Uh, Email settings, if you have the SMTP type email, so I still need to play around with that to make sure that if you want to customize and send emails using your own SMTP server and information on that. So that's pretty much, I think. Let me go to just last thing to show you. Actually, let's go to the workspace, leads, workspace, and go to, so report customization, we already talked about. Let's go to the widget and let's view widget. Okay. So this is my widget that I had created. You can see that I disabled it. And let's just see if, so this one was the basic widget. So this is how it looks like. And it's highly customizable, just like the website audit report, that you can design the widget. So you can see that it's pretty powerful. There's a lot you can do here. I customize it with some of my colors here already. And then the trigger page, there's, I have some thoughts on this right now. I can't remember, but I think for most part, the trigger, all the trigger features, they're pretty well thought out. And so those are available. And display, when is it going to display, right? Or where? So display position, direction, and display duration. Bottom center, that's what I was playing with. And for the design, then design has different colors, title colors, and border width and things like that, border radius, font. Just pretty comprehensive. And then what kind of email that a lead will receive when they fill out and submit this widget. Notifications, script tags. So again, pretty comprehensive. So that's all for now. I'll see you in another one. Bye for now.